This is sad. A young graduate of Leeds City University was said to have been found dead by the roadside with her womb cut out of her body the morning after attending a party at a nightclub. The young lady, who goes by the name of Miss Omoniyi Boluwatife, was said to have graduated from the School of Nursing and was inducted into the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria somewhere around the 7th of August 2023. And in her graduation, it was said her parents flew over from Port Harcourt, and mom especially came to spend time with her and celebrate with her. 2 days later, on the 9th of August 2023, that was when Boluwatife decided to go to the club to celebrate her graduation and her induction. What should have been a night of happiness and fun for this hardworking student turned out to be a tragic end that no one saw coming. It's not clear who Boluwatife had gone to the club with, but it's possible she had gone there with her friends. And given that she's a pretty young girl, it is also possible she went there to be with some of her male friends. A boyfriend possibly, but it's not stated. Her body was said to have been found the next day after the club in the morning, along the roadside, away from the club area, in another area, not around the club itself. It was most likely confirmed that she did attend the club. The club owners confirmed that she was there at the club on the night, but she eventually left. I don't know if they have a CCTV footage to show if she went with somebody or if she went out by herself. However, wherever she went to after the club was clearly not the place she should have gone, because obviously by morning her dead body was found by the roadside with her intestine and possibly her womb harvested, which meant that she had fallen into the hands of possible ritualists. Currently, the story is still developing. Police are still investigating. No suspect yet. As at the time of making this video, no one has been arrested or even called in for questioning. There is no person of interest announced yet, as at the time of making this video. So stay subscribed and keep following this space so that if there's an update, we'll let you know. A lot of people have been speculating that she may have been targeted and trailed from the club, that it was probably somebody she met at the club that took her home and did this to her. And whereas that is possible, I still feel like somebody should have seen something. I don't believe, as grown as she is and seeing that she's going to celebrate her graduation, I would believe she would have gone with some friends or classmates or classmates who also want to celebrate their induction. I'm sure she was not the only one who graduated or who was inducted that day. So she should have a group of peers or friends who would have gone there with her. And even if these people may not have been the one who did this to her, the least that they should know is who she went out with or who she came in with. My thing is it possible that it's a stranger that did this to her, someone she did not know from nowhere? Or is it possible that it's someone that she was familiar with? There are two possible explanations or two possible possibilities. Yes, it could be somebody that she only met at the club. Very possible. Because for her to be targeted for the ritual, for her womb to be removed or her intestines to be removed, that means somebody really must have trailed her or went to meet her to pick her up for that purpose. But it's hard to believe that because she's a graduate, she's intelligent, she's educated, so she's not some hookup or hooker hustling for money. That I would have understood that case. So she's an educated graduate. So it's hard to believe she went to the club for a random guy to pick her up, only to end up doing what they did to her. In as much as that is what a lot of people are suggesting, but it's hard. At the same time, it's also hard that it's somebody who knew her or somebody she might be dating or she might be familiar with, because obviously it will come back to them and it will be a very risky thing for them to do, because if she went there with friends, her friends would have seen something or seen someone. And I'm hoping by now the friends are speaking to the police as to who they believe Boluwatife went home with the night she got killed. But this is on that theory that I'm suspecting. It's also possible that somebody spiked her drink. That is something that happens in the club all the time. I'm sure she must have drank and was intoxicated. I'm sure even if she didn't get drunk, I'm sure somebody may have spiked her drink and she got really down and they offered to take her home or take her somewhere. And that is the only way I see this happening, because it was also said her properties were robbed, her phones, her bags, her wig. So not only was she robbed of her internal organs, her properties were also robbed. So it is also possible that somebody may have targeted her, put something in her drink, and she did not know, and they waited for her to really get fucked up so that they can offer to take her home or take her somewhere, only to end up taking her where or to do something that they wanted to do, only to end up taking her to kill her for their own purpose. Because I know in the club scene, it is a very common thing for people's dream to get spiked. That is something a lot of young girls have fallen victim to. They end up getting sexually assaulted, they end up getting abused, robbed, and in most cases like this, killed. It is such an unfortunate event. It's really sad that she has graduated and is about to go into the real world to live her life and be successful in her field, only for this to happen. I don't know what the police are doing, but I do hope her friends or people who she went with to the club are speaking with them right now. Someone may have seen something, someone may have seen someone that she went with. And even if no one saw who or knew who she was going with, the club should have a CCTV footage camera. The club should have a CCTV footage to show her leaving the club with somebody, at least. Could it also be possible that she was trying to go home in a taxi and the taxi man noticed she was high and took advantage? It's also possible. At this point, everyone is a suspect, including her friends or boyfriend or whoever she may have trusted to go to the club with or leave the club with. It's really unfortunate and it's really sad, but I do hope this story develops. I can't wait to see who is the prime suspect. I can't wait to see who is the person of interest. And I can't wait for them to catch the killers, because in as much as this might be tough given the circumstances, it's something that I think if done fast, the perpetrators would be caught. The club just needs to cooperate, give them the CCTV footage. Her friends and people who were there that day who saw her should remember who they most likely saw her with, who they most likely saw her around with, because anybody who wants to spike a drink would always be around her. If any guy was coming towards her to toast her or talk to her, somebody may have seen it. Somebody should have seen it. Unless she was going there to meet someone that her friends did not know. Unless so. Other than that, it's hard for someone not to have seen someone or know who the most possible person would have been. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification button so should there be any future updates, you'll be the first to get notified. Thank you guys for watching.